It's the first live show. Probably one that I will pin up someday and look back on and wonder, what was I thinking? Truth is I'm thinking, I go to walks. I have feet day 3-4 times a day. I cover over 10 kilometers, not each time, but combined. And I see a lot of interesting things. I would love to share it with anybody who wants to see this. And I think there's a lot of mental health issues happening in the world, and I think everybody needs a break. And I think the breaks are there. I just think we're not paying attention to ourselves. We're not really doing what we're supposed to be doing. I mean, it's so much easier to just call Uber than to learn how to make a new dish, right? I mean, what do you really like? You don't really know until you experience it. I have to apologize. I have a sore throat, so I'm avoiding people today. Again, I'm so sorry. It's just my throat is so dry, and I didn't bring any water because I'm the type of person that can survive in the woods without anything. Raised as a scout, learned how to eat grubs, how to make pretty much anything out of nature. When it's some nature tips, come on, and I'll let you know what you can do and how you can survive in the woods. One thing I noticed about these woods is they're old, and they're also young, but the young trees are dying. I think it's poor geometry. I mean, you're close to the Great Canadian Shield, so it's a lot of waters, but trees aren't that big. This is a trail I take every day. This one runs for at least a kilometer. In the US, you're looking at 1.6 kilometers to the mile, so do your math. 2 miles is 3.2 kilometers. Easiest ones are 1, 5s, and 10s. I mean, 5s is 5 miles is 8 kilometers. That's the best way to look at it. And no, don't do a ratio 1 to 3. Where I'm taking you right now is an area that I go to every day. It's a very fun area. There's at least 4 beavers there, some garter snakes, lots and lots of not fireflies, what do they call them? The dragonflies. Lots of those, and I love them. Why? Because they eat mosquitoes. They eat things that fly, that buzz around your ears, that drive you nuts. Dragonflies. And every now and then when I come out in the woods here, I hear something that sounds like a cat, but believe it or not, it's actually a raven. And I think that raven is playing with me. I think he's trying to torture me. So every day, I think on this time, I think I'm going to start going to walks every day. I'm going to put that in the description too. I haven't put it, but I'll do it. I think every day I'm going to go out at lunchtime and maybe at 6 o'clock. That's when the beavers come out of the water and you can see them. Yeah, they have a preferred time, believe it or not. I used to come out here a lot of the times, and the only times now that I can really see a beaver up close or coming out, it's around 5:45 or 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're wondering, the fires are about, let me see, I'm traveling south. So if we go this way, we're going east, and this is now north. Fires are more in this direction, about 10 hours from here, in an area called Abitibi-Témiscamingue, and that's in Quebec. But so far, we haven't seen the kind of smoke that we had in last week. Last week, the skies were just covered in orange smoke. And the worst part is that when you were driving, if you put on the air conditioning, you were fine because it filtered it. But if you just went with straight air, oh, it sucked. They're breathing that in. I don't know if you can hear that, but those are frogs. This is the area I love the most. I call it the Marshy Lake or Beaver Lake because there is a beaver hut. Yeah, there are beaver huts. They don't all dam up and then make a house out of that. So there's one right here. You can't really see it, but it's about right here. And there's a beaver that slaps its tails every time I walk around here, and he's near the edge. If they slap their tail, it's a warning. It's to let you know, hey, 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 there's somebody here, and he's way too close. Because they want you to get out of there, because they have something to do. I mean, in this case, the one that I had last time, he just walked around and went from this side of the pond to that side of the pond. You see the road there? There's two splits, right? Two sides. And I'll show you the trails where they come out. If you ever go on a trail, look for things, look for signs. And that's a bird. He's warning all the other birds that I'm here because this is also a blackbird nesting area. There he goes. Sounds like he said GG's. GGG. All right, very cool. All right, so now we're coming close to where they come out. Actually, it's a little bit further up. Okay, calm down, blackbird. Everybody knows I'm here now. So this is a dam that they've built up. Because believe it or not, right here, there's a drain. Like, I don't know if I can get in there and show you that, but there's literally a drain right there. But the beavers have clogged it up. As you can see, it drains right out here. I don't know if you can see those rocks there, but that's where it drains. And well, they've dammed it up to keep the water level high enough on the other side so that they can swim around, they can have feasts. Because all those reeds, they have a bulb, and they like to eat the bulb. If you hear crunching, they're eating the bulb. Okay, I'm coming out to where they come out, but as you can see, they haven't come out yet because the trail isn't wet. That's something you notice too. Put your hand on it and you'll feel whether they've been out recently or not. So I'm coming up to it. There's the first one right here. So they come up here through this, you walk here, and as you can see, the trail here, I don't know if you can see that trail, it's dry, which means they're hiding, which means they haven't come out. But here, it wasn't recent, but he did come out. You can see it. Okay, first you look there. You see how it's like, I don't know if I'm blocking the sun here, but there's like, all that is actually dry dirt, right? And then there's a line that runs across here, and that's where he goes into that little hole there, goes into the marshes, so he goes to eat. Spends these two beavers, I know for sure, they spend about, sorry, I just heard one. They spent the whole day here until about 6 o'clock, and then they cross and they go home. Their home's actually on that side. Just waiting because I heard him. Okay, that was a frog. You hear that? That's a frog. It's a bullfrog. US has a lot of those. Canada has a lot of those too. And that's where I am. I'm in Northern Ontario. I'm in close to the Great Canadian Shield, close to the city of Sudbury. Here, it's absolutely wonderful. If you need a break, just a mental health break, drive up here. It's about a 4.5, 5 hour drive, but it's so worth it. If you have a camper or if you can afford a hotel room, I mean, there's hotels in Sudbury. I don't recommend it. I recommend renting a house, an Airbnb or something, all the way out here, and just going for walks. I used to live in the great city of Toronto, and I loved my life there. But things turned and things got bad, and I ended up coming all the way up here because my brother lives up here, and also because I was into nature videos, and that's my dream, is to hopefully put together a nature movie one day. No CGI, no like anything to just, fake animals, like real animals. So my biggest find would be to spot a bear and to befriend the bear. It is my intention to find either a bear or a deer or some kind of animal that's actually big. And the reason I say that is because I'm hoping to have big brains and they can sort of develop a bond or friendship. Because I want to prove to the world that, you don't have to be angry. You don't need to be aggressive. Sometimes you just need a hug. Sometimes you just need a friend to change your mind, right? The mind is constantly looking for reasons to go to sleep, to go away, shut off. That's why these walks are not as overstimulating as video games or as watching TV I mean, there's lots to see and lots to do in the beginning. But after your 6 or 7 walk, oh, I'm sorry, I just spotted something right now. It's a bird. I don't know if you can see it, but I'll come up to it. Again, my apologies for the coughs. I am human, and I tested negative for COVID. I tested twice. Once in the morning, once in the evening. I shoved that thing up my nose so hard, I think I broke a capillary because I was bleeding at one point. Then I did again, and no COVID. So it's just a cold. I did go visit family at the hospital, so that might have given me something. They say you go to the hospital to get treated and to get diseases, so I think I got option 2. All right. Sorry. Oh, that was a bug. It flew in my mouth. Yuck. Usually I don't talk. I just walk and I take pictures and videos of things for you guys to enjoy. I have to say that the people that live out here too, it's a very small town out here. We're talking thousands of people, not tens of thousands. And the kids are absolutely incredible. Whatever age group they're in, they are absolutely in tune with their community. They are polite, respectful. They know how to have fun. They know what rules they can break and which ones they can't. They use more common sense in a day than I used in a year, I think. So it's leeching off. I'm leeching off of that. So hopefully my mindset will be better. Like I said, every day, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll come out for an hour. If you want to come and walk with me, please do. We'll talk about anything you want to talk about. I can invite you to the chat, which I think I'm going to do because they've added a button called Join the Conversation. I'm fairly new to this. Okay, so please, no judgy. If it looks like my camera's moving too much, it's because I'm walking. The whole point of this is to be there with, it's almost like a virtual you and me walk day. And if you feel you got a teddy bear, if you got something you can hold it. And then I'm holding your hand. Oh, it's such a beautiful day. If you're wondering, the weather here we're hitting today 32 degrees Celsius. The humidity level's only I think at 30%. You can feel it though. It's a good heat. And if you're in the trees, you feel that shade and you can feel that's where you feel the humidity. And where there's humidity up here, there are tons of mosquitoes. So my nose is running, which is not good. And yes, don't worry, I avoid people like the Black Plague when I feel sick. That's why I'm out in the woods by myself. So some of you are probably wondering, how old is he? What is this guy? He's some kind of creepo? No, I'm not. I'm a father of 2 kids, middle-aged. I am in a I hit a mental crisis and then I stepped out of it and recovered, and I'm recovering from it still. And I find that this helps. So I wanted to share it with you, share it with the world. I mean, I'm running out of things to do to keep my mind occupied and off of things because I like to just chunk things. In other words, I don't like to deal with a problem all at once, all right away. I like to look at the problem and maybe get to the root of what's causing it so I can stop that. Anyways, let's see what we got here. We're going to see a bear. I love that song. We're going to hunt a bear. We're going to see. Anyways. So think of your favorite song when you walk, or bring some earbuds. I used to think that earbuds was a good idea for walks, but it kind of numbs out the sounds that I want to hear. So if you're going to do earbuds, put only one ear. Use the other ear to listen to nature and the wind and to everything. Honestly, it is the greatest thing. If we did this every day, go go for a walk every day with a colleague, by ourselves, especially by ourselves, because that's when you can really be genuine. That's when you can really, okay, I'm coming up to the water here. Anyways, that's when you can really be yourself. I'm coming up to waterfall, so I'm going to lose the sound here a bit. Just going to stand there for a few minutes and let you enjoy that, okay? Hope you're having a good day, and I think you're wonderful, amazing people. Look how beautiful that is. I see this every day, and I never get tired of it. Instead, I want to get in it. It's pulling me in, saying, come on, let's go, jump in. But I know right there, these are jagged rocks. They're gonna kill me. All right, so we're gonna head back. I'm gonna cut this one short because there's not really anybody here. So I think on my next walk, the topic conversation I'll put on there is, what's bugging you today? How about that? And you can lay out what the heck is bugging you. Or if there's a question you don't have an answer to, because Google doesn't have the answers to everything. It has pretty much the answers to almost everything in the entire world. I mean, I swear by it. I use it every day. But sometimes there are questions that even Google can't answer. So if you want to ask those, and because really, sometimes we're not looking for an answer. We're looking to be heard. We're looking to see if we matter. We're looking for validation. We're looking for something. In my case, whenever I watch a streamer, and I do watch a lot of streamers. I mean, I love watching Fortnite streamers from Australia. I think they're absolutely hilarious. I mean, Senior Mender 8, Legend OCE, those two, oh my God, they're hilarious when they play Fortnite. But I also watch Mr. Beast. I mean, I think this guy is just a genuine article. I feel like everything he does has inspired me to try to do this, because this is sort of my dream now, to produce a movie one day and maybe have the YouTube Challenge Cup. That would be amazing. Keep dreaming about that. You know, basically having 20 people come in from 20 teams of 5 people coming from all around the world to one location. And of those 20, 10 teams are professionals. We could have a team of Unspeakables, a team of Preston Plays, a team of Beckbro Jack, a team of Zam Fam. You know, we could, Sodi family, whatever. We could do all of these and pick 10 of them. And the way it's picked is basically use a panel of judges. They build criteria based on, popularity, release of videos. Basically go by how many subscribers they have, that sort of thing, right? We could have criteria like that and then pick 10 teams. And then on the other side, you'd have another 10 teams, but these would be amateurs. These are people everybody would have to have a YouTube channel to be on, first of all. You can't compete without it. You need to have a YouTube channel. And the whole point of the Challenge Cup is to pin everybody against everybody and have fun. Who gives a crap who wins the cup, as long as everybody has fun? That's the whole point. So there will be celebrations for parting challengers. So if your team is out, if they get eliminated, you get a party. You know, we get to play your favorite music, eat your favorite food, whatever your team wants, just for that one day, so that you can feel good. Things like that. I keep thinking about that. And the way the amateur teams are picked is they meet other criterias. Like, it's not so much a subscriber count or whether they're monetized or not anymore. No. Now it's more, why do you want to be at the Challenge Cup? Why do you want to put yourself up against people, right? And you're probably wondering, what's the Challenge Cup? Like, what's in it? Well, what I was thinking of doing is setting up 4 spots or 5 spots. For example, one would be a gym, one would be a river area, one would be an open field, one would be a gaming center. And at each location, there'd be a certain amount of teams. So if we're talking about 20 teams of 5s, you split that up into 4 teams in 5 locations. And they compete against each other at those locations, or they go to other locations, having breaks in between. It's almost like setting up a softball tournament. you know, where you just kind of like put everybody where they need to be and make sure everybody competes. And I would do like, make this a 10-day event. I know it seems like a lot, but I think it's manageable. You'd start with the first day where basically it's the first day is registration day. It's introduction day. It's getting your passes, your badges, knowing where to go, all that crap. And day 2, it's called the Challengers Parade. I would love to have like a sequence of like cars or double-decker buses or whatever. Just go right through the core of downtown and right to the main facility. And then once they get there are buses for the competitors that they take to get to their challenges, to get to their venues. Like I said, 5 venues, and they don't have to be buildings. It can be just the outdoor. Like the one I was talking about near the river. Could you imagine having like 3 events there that everybody has to do? And the first round, the first 3 days of competition are a round robin, where they're on a point-based system. And the top 10 teams with points, well, they get to move on to the next set. And the other 10 are celebrated. Right? So we celebrate them. You congratulate them on their efforts and on having fun, and you highlight their moments. You always make sure that everybody's together at a certain time every day for lunch or for dinner. I think it would be for like an evening thing. People can either go to rest, go sleep, or they can join the party. There'd be live music. The public would be invited. You know, we'd have security, of course, and we'd make sure everything's going well. And, you know, we'd have fun, and we'd also like we'd get editors to make videos on the spot. For example, let's say somebody had like an amazing catch, or at the water event, somebody swam like a fish. Well, maybe have like Eye of the Tiger and that going at the same time while people are dancing. You know, having video in the background of them really saying, hey, keep doing what you're doing, because some of us only have you to watch because you make us happy. Sorry, just looking around because there's a fly that's been buzzing around my ear for the last minute, and I'm starting to get murderous rage. So instead, I'm going to take a look at it, see if I can swat it, or just leave it alone. I wish it wouldn't go by my ear, so I wouldn't have to hear that bzzz. Anyways, going back to the YouTube Challenge Cup, costs would be astronomical. That's the problem. Because to get the permits, I mean, where I am right now, it wouldn't be a major issue. It'd be more insurance. Insurance would be the issue. To insure an event, it's massive, but you need it. So, and then also to organize volunteers. So I would make sure that everybody gets paid. No volunteers. I mean, it's nice to be a volunteer, but you should be able to get something out of what you do. I think that whole volunteer system is maddening. It's great if you volunteer to clean up your town or stuff like that. That's great. But if you're helping at a venue where people are like, and that's the thing too, the YouTube Challenge Cup, the final prize would be that each member gets $1 million. So $5 million prize. And the way it works is only 4 competitors per event. One is either a coach or a sit out. And it doesn't matter how you qualify it. It's basically one is not playing. And there would be we can put it a special clause that if at some point a team is eliminated in the first round, we're talking the first round of elimination after the first 3 days of events. If a team has won, well, they can go ahead and trade for one player from the losing team. In other words, let's say that you beat this team and they have a guy there that you know is amazing at Minecraft because all of your team sucks at it. Well, you can trade one of your members, and that's the thing too. One of your team members has to go out. They cannot receive a championship ring or whatever. They can't win $1 million at that point. So if you're making a trade, it's $1 million trade. So, and I could see a lot of people saying, well, if I trade for you, will you give me half? That's going to happen for sure. And we would support that. By we, I mean the event organizers. Think about that, though. Making YouTube the pinnacle of all platforms. To just really, really highlight it. That'd be amazing. I mean, take this, for example. Let's say that you've got a budget of about 10 million. All right, it's a big budget. How you pull that off, I have no idea. I'd have to talk to Mr. Beast because he's done major events and stuff like that. And that's the thing too, there'd be a multi-level collaboration. I was hoping to have PewDiePie and Mr. Beast sort of really be at the forefront of everything. They could participate if they want in, or I'd love to have them as commentators or even as hosts, you know, like they go around talking to the athletes, like being that sort of, because they have that personality and that's what makes them amazing. That's why you watch them. I watch Mr. Beast because I know he's genuine. I know that what he does is happening. And I also know that, you know, it's just, he's going to go through a lot of pressure and a lot of pain. He's going to have to make decisions. So every time I watch him, I think about that and I wonder how many people are saying, oh, this guy's rich. Yeah, well, he worked hard for it, man. And he's probably not rich. He's probably paid so many taxes and had to pay off so many people that he probably ended up with, you know, whatever he owns was probably gifted to him. And that's why, like, it's one of the major reasons why I enjoy watching him. His videos are always great because he has that winning group with him. I mean, Chris keeps him honest. Chandler just reminds him how lazy people can get and how not to get upset at them and how to deal with them, because I think he's just a lazy guy like everybody else here. I mean, let's face it. When I play video games, I'm lazy. I don't care. But that's why we have kids, right? You make sure we're not lazy anymore. Make sure we don't sleep anymore. Yeah, like I said, I have 2 kids. And they absolutely love Unspeakable and Preston Blaze and Beck Bro Jack. Those 3 are their heroes. And let me tell you why. With Beck Bro Jack, they absolutely love when Beck Bro is actually trolling his brother or his friend Alec. I mean, Dirt Boy and Siren, they're hilarious. But my personal favorite is when they challenge themselves to eating really hot sauce. But and my favorite of all is when the Siren grabbed a piece of the bag that had the poop in it, because there was a challenge where they had to eat either a gummy bear or the real thing. And poop was the thing. There was a poop gummy bear and there was dog feces in a bag. And at one point, this Siren, Alec, grabs it. By the way, you should totally subscribe to their channels. You should. They don't swear. Kids love them. It's amazing. Anyways, he grabs a bag with the poop in it and he's bringing it to his mouth. And Dirt Boy, Adam, grabs it back, goes, "Are you nuts? What are you going to do?" He goes, "Well," and that's what's great about Alec. He commits to the bit. There you go. Unspeakable. I used your line. He commits to the bit. And, you know, that's why I respect him. That's why I've totally signed up to his channel. I mean, he's genuine. He's genuine too. And that's what we're looking for these days, is honest, genuine people, right? That's what we're looking for. So I'm becoming that. And on my next walk, I'll tell you, if you want to hear it, if you want to know, of how I got to that. Because honestly, I was most disingenuine in my life. And it's caused a lot of problems. I've slowly forgotten who I was and what I enjoyed. And I thought that fun was something you generate. It's not something that you have just randomly. All right. Well, I'm going to stop the live now. It's been almost half an hour. We'll see what happens next time. It's Nature Boy signing off.